Welcome y'all to another episode of the Presidential Executive. This your homie over here, the Exec JB. This my brethren over here, my guy over here, El Presidente.
Man, what it do?
What it is, man. This is actually the last rundown of season 2. You know what I'm saying? And you see we got kind of a different camera shot kind of going on here.
Yeah.
With produced by Crown Vic.
The one and only legendary, world famous, internationally known.
Crown Vic in the house. And he actually has his own mic, so if he wants to chime in on certain things.
And there's going to be certain times where we ask him.
Yeah. And he's going to, say kind of what he thinks on certain things. So you won't just have to put your ear up to the phone or to the TV, wherever
right.
you're looking at.
Be like, in the background, what is that?
What that dude's in the background?
I hear a voice in the background. They're talking to somebody who's not on camera.
It is Crown Vic in the house. And go ahead and like this video right now. I want to go ahead and get straight into what we're talking about. This has been a hot topic the last week or so. And, how a lot of people just kind of jump in and just say direct response, what I'm saying, right when something comes out with the Roe v. Wade thing. And we had to talk about it. I wanted some guests, I'm saying, to come through to discuss a woman,
right.
To come through to give her perspective. So I just want to say, right now we tried.
Right. And I will say we may have the one I was telling you about. Yeah. She just was not able to make it due to scheduling, but
now she would have been dope.
And it was like last minute.
Right.
So, but everybody else that we knew, to your point,
everybody else derailed us on that respectfully. No, you know what I'm saying. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, I want to get into that, and I'm just gonna give you just my spiel off top. I'm unapologetic, when it comes to this stuff. And if you saw, we had a rundown maybe about a month ago now. Mm-hmm. We talked about My Body, My Choice, when they were talking about this actually happening. So there's no surprise because it was already kind of in the making. They actually predicted that it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so when it actually did happen, I hate to say I didn't laugh at the actual decision. Mm-hmm. I was laughing at the responses, the overblown outrage that I was seeing. And, but if you read the fine print, to me, that's where I think a lot of people got it wrong, because I don't think they were actually the decision came down, right? The decision came down. And so now, but it's not like, okay, abortion is going to be illegal everywhere in the U.S. The whole thing is it's going to be left up to the states. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Right. So when it says it's going to be left up to the states, of course, in the Bible Belt, we're in Tennessee. Probably it's not going to happen, right? Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama,
Georgia, North and South Carolina.
But your liberal states like California,
right.
Maybe Washington State, New York,
Maine,
you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's not going to go anywhere at this point right now. And so for me, when I look at the Roe v. Wade, I have two issues with it. One is, I ain't going to front, because I think as even believers, I think sometimes we want to hide from subjects like this when we talk about it. But then when it comes to the Capitol building or the Orange Man, or you know what I'm saying, and you got a lot of other stuff to say.
Cheetah.
Right. You have a lot to say when it comes to that stuff, or just because it's a very good talking point online, everybody kind of on to it, and so I can just add my 2 cents, and so I can be part of the conversation. Nobody's ridiculing you or beating you down for your opinion. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to stuff like this, when it comes to abortion, I think too many, believers kind of cringe or fall back, because it's like, man, this is kind of a sensitive subject. I don't really want to, because I don't want to rub nobody the wrong way, but when it comes to another subject, the one we all can bag and be on, is easy to talk about, because it's not, can I say taboo? Right. Is that, I don't know if that fits, but, and so it's not, it's not there. And so it's like, okay, I can easily talk about this, but when it comes to this, it's like, why you don't want to talk about it in front or in public.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because,
because you don't want to deal with the backlash.
Right. You don't want to deal with the backlash.
Where you stand.
Right. But me and my brother over here, like, we just don't care. Like, if you know what I'm saying? I know I don't. I've had plenty.
Y'all know what we do?
Yeah, you know what we do. I've had plenty of arguments over the years on Facebook of people that when I got time, I got time. You know what I'm saying? Anybody should know that. If I got time, right. I'm coming. Rag know that.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I don't never have time.
Yeah, he'll never have time. But let me get back to this Roe v. Wade. Now, my thing is, I think we hide our tails too much when it comes to this type of thing. But I don't see a reason why, because like I said, if you read the fine print, the ruling and stuff is going to be left up to states. And so in said situation, if a young lady is, let's say she got raped or had sex with somebody that she didn't want to have sex with for whatever reason, unfortunate situation, right? And so she happened to get pregnant. And so once she gets pregnant and she lives in Mississippi or Tennessee, and so now instead of just maybe going 10, 15, 20 minutes to a local clinic or wherever else you're doing it, now you're going to have to make a quality decision. Like, you're going to have to invest in your decision. So you may not could do it here, but you may have to travel to California, or you may have to go to Florida, or you may have to go to New York or Maine, wherever else, them other handful of states where it's still going to be legal. You have to invest. Okay, do you really want to do this? Because it's not just going to be a 10-minute, 15-minute drive no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You might have to take a flight. You may have to drive. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to check in them states to see if they take in-network, out-of-network stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now you're going to have to really be invested in that decision. And so for me, I think that's a good thing because, killing a baby to me is just, it shouldn't be a goal, right? You don't go into a situation being like, I want to get an abortion. Right. But stuff happens. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. We're not perfect. But now the way the ruling hands came down is if you have an abortion, you live in one of these states that it's illegal, like in Texas or Tennessee or Mississippi or whatever. Now it's not that you can't do it. It's that now you may have to look up some stuff. You may have to go to California. Right. You may have to go to these other states that it is legal, but that's going to take time and money on your part to really be like, do I really want to do this? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and then when I see the uproar and stuff like that, it's like, bruh, like, it's funny to me because I see everybody jumping onto a trend, jumping on to what's hot right now. Right. NBA players coming on Twitter talking about, ladies, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is horrible. But I'm like,
well, I mean, NBA players are all for women to be able to have abortion. So, like, obviously they're going to be outraged about it.
Yeah. So I'm like, the outrage to me is funny because I'm like, this is not abolished everywhere. Right. It's only going to be a handful of states now, probably 5 to 10 states, I believe. You know what I mean? So, but you're going to have your choice that if you do want to get an abortion, now it's just not, you can't do it. You just going to have to travel. Right. You know what I mean? So what's up, Rad?
I mean, well, I'm going to reiterate what I said, and I've been saying. I believe that two things can be true. I believe that all life is precious, regardless of at what point it is. And at the same time, I believe that as a man, I don't have a right to tell anybody what to do with their body outside of myself. And that's where I stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to go deeper than that, y'all know where I'm at. If you got my number, call me, text me or whatever. We can chop it up, but that's where I stand on that. However, I think a lot of people miss this, and we've talked about this before, but we opened this Pandora's box. Yep. We've been on it since we first started potting in the midst of the kooky pack and everybody getting the jabs. We opened that door where we allowed the government to regulate, to tell us what to do as individuals. And so now they're coming for our children next, or our right to have or not have children. They're coming for our guns, which means, true enough, I do believe that should be adjudicated responsibly, but I don't believe that a homeowner or like you got a household with your wife and your kids, you should be able to protect your home. But they're coming for it to where you won't be able to protect your home. You know what I'm saying? I know our guy Crown, like, he should be able to protect his household. I should be able to protect my household, but they're coming for that next because we opened the door and we allowed them to tell us, you have to do this to your body because we're telling you. You know, and guess what? Guess what, America? Newsflash message. We survived the motherfucking pandemic. Yes, it was some people who died. Like, and I hate to be, I'm not being insensitive to nobody, but to quote Paid in Full, people die every day, B. Like, it's people who were going to die from something.
Now,
you know what I'm saying? And so
you think they are going to take, the other rights?
Oh, I think they're coming for it because,
so?
like you see now, they're talking all this legislation about the Second Amendment and taking away guns and but it started, and that's the thing with misdirection. I'm doing something over here, you don't see what I'm doing over there. So I got everybody in the outrage about this pandemic, and everybody's looking about this pandemic and this, that, and the third. You don't see them. I'm coming for abortion next. I'm coming for your guns next. I'm coming for all of our gay brothers and sisters that you happy because you can get married to who you want to get married to. Oh, please believe they coming for that because now they can tell you what to do.
I think that's coming.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't think the guns gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, because it's enough. Just like it's enough of those folks on the right that are for the abolishment of abortion. It's enough folks that's on the right also that want to hold on to their guns and they don't want to let them go. So that's gonna be a hard sell, especially for Republicans and even Democrats who stay in the deep South, in the backwoods and stuff like that. They want to be able to hold on to their guns. But we open that door up.
Yeah.
Okay. The other part that we're missing is especially for our anybody that's a person of color, and I mean black people, I mean Hispanic, Latino people, I mean anybody who is ethnically from a Middle Eastern country. The issue is that the whole abolishment of abortion on a deeper level is because, and we've said this before, a lot of older, white people see that a lot of Caucasian couples, a lot of white couples, they're not having babies like they did back in the 50s and 60s, the baby boomer. Our parents were in the baby boomer generation. You know what I'm saying? I know your dad had several kids. You know what I'm saying? Your mom had several children. My dad and mom, because they were children of that boomer generation, but their parents, like I know your dad, I can't remember, had a whole lot of brothers. You know what I'm saying? My dad, you know what I'm saying? Like his granddaddy had 7. His mom had 4. He's got an aunt that had 4. Like it's amongst his uncles and aunts 5, 6, 7, 4. Like they had kids. But now you look at the people that's our generation. You know what I'm saying? Like Todd is an anomaly who was here. Shout out to our guy, Todd King. But he's an anomaly because, number one, he's married to a black woman. And then he also has 3 children. Well, the way the world looks at it, they don't look at his children as Caucasian white. They're looked at as black.
Black, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so now we need for other white people that are married to white people that are married, we need for them to not have a choice to have kids because our numbers are dwindling. And when you grow up in a certain household and you're taught a certain thing and you have a certain ideology, you're going to pass that down to your children. Your children are going to have their values. I mean, your values, whether it's directly or indirectly. Well, if like for Todd, for example, his kids are going to have his ideology. You know what I'm saying? But like another white guy, if he may have grown up in a prejudiced household and he has that mentality, he may directly or indirectly pass that down to his kids. But if you ain't got but one, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we need you to have 3 or 4. We need for that legacy to extend because we need for America to keep doing what it's always done. And just like he said last time he was here, racism is alive and well.
Oh, yeah, very much
so. They want to push that, and this is my pushback to my black brothers and sisters. Forget where my faith is on a natural level. That was started to eliminate and eradicate and assassinate and annihilate. Oh, I'm on one. I'm on one. I can keep going with all my 8s. But it was done to get rid of us. Margaret Sanger said that in 1916. She was quoted at Klan rallies doing it. She is the founder of Planned Parenthood. We all on Bill Gates nuts. He has an interview where he said
for it too. She had a name for it too. It was like the black something.
Right.
I forgot. I can't
but
think
Bill
of
Gates has an interview where he talked about how, because now he's on to food, the food shortages and everything. He said, well, population is important to me because, in my household, I grew up, my dad, he was over Planned Parenthood. What? Oh, we are our savior. Our mechanical, electronical Jesus, Bill Gates, said that his dad was over Planned Parenthood. And so now it's not a surprise that this man, all of a sudden, you got solutions for this quote unquote pandemic that you called 3 years before it happened. This food shortage that you called 3 or 4 years before it happened. So for all of y'all that don't think that it's a plan and it's an agenda, like, wake the hell up. Go watch School Days at the end. Lawrence Fishburne hollering, wake up. Yeah. Wake up. Yeah. It's deeper than, and this is just on a natural level. Yeah. Like I said, on the spiritual point, y'all already know where we at on that.
Heavy.
You know what I'm saying? But on a natural level, wake up. You know what I'm saying? And if you personally don't want to have children, fine. But keep that to yourself. You got to understand it's deeper than you and your own individuality. They are systematically, just like racism is systematic, redlining and blockbusting is systematic. Getting rid of our children and extending their own lives and stuff like that is systematic. And so if you are a friend of that, that means you are an enemy of yourself, and continuing to extend your legacy and to make sure that we continue to thrive as a people. Because I hate to say, I'm not going to say it's us versus them type of thing, but if you don't think, and go back and watch when our guy Todd King was on here last episode, he said, if y'all don't think that they talking about it, they're sitting in back rooms planning, they have think tanks, and we got too many people like Dr. Claude Anderson, Tariq Nasheed, who have talked about like these white think tanks where they sit up and try to figure out how they can get money from us, how they can keep us in a certain level, how they can raise and lower the property value. That's real.
Yeah.
And so if you think that this is just something they try, no, it's deeper than them trying to tell you what to do with your body. And that's all. So I want y'all to really like do your homework, not just on the abortion thing. Like, go back and look at the correlation between them making us get vaccines, or shots rather, and this thing right here. Go back and look at the history of Planned Parenthood and what the ideology was behind it.
They don't want to do that though. Well, I put it this way: a lot of people don't want to do that. But the only reason I push back with you because I don't think they, like, for the gay rights stuff, I think with the marriage, I think that's probably going to come. But the only reason I say that just because of the political spectrum that's about to be coming. Because, Moneybag Joe, he about to be out. He done messed it up for the whole liberal Democratic Party. People ain't going to be
You don't think that was planned though?
Which part?
So you got to have somebody in there to make everybody, like, you make it so bad where people are begging for the other side. Because if Chester Cheetah had introduced it, people would have been against it. So you got to make him so volatile and so hated that you bring somebody in that makes everybody accept the BS. So now when you bring somebody else back from the other side, y'all are begging for the alternative. Because we don't want to go to war with the Ukraine. That's stupid. We don't like how this regime allowed the road. That's stupid. So come on, give us somebody else who's gonna basically tell us.
I wouldn't say it's planned just because, when Biden got in there, he's kind of off his rocker. Like, mentally, he's like not there.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't think they knew that? Like, we talked about this when we first started. We knew he was off his rocker 2 years ago.
2 years ago, he had a whole different response to this whole abortion thing. So I'm just like, I'm not sure. You could be right. They could be, you know what I mean? But
keep in mind, it's the same guy. You don't remember we talked about this in the first season, how he was quoted in saying that he doesn't believe in integration, and he believes that he would never put his kids in a situation where they were forced to be integrated and stuff like this. This ain't like, as you said in the first season, your phrase is par for the course.
Par for the course.
That's what it is.
Now, Crown, do you have anything to?
Mine don't put me on.
Rick said he said don't put him in.
I don't even.
You plead the fifth. You plead the fifth. That what you doing?
To me, okay, I say this: is there an attachment to the child? I guess where I'm going is adoption so far removed from?
No.
Am I missing something from with the child in the womb with the woman or something like that?
Right.
Attachment to where, because I can't understand how you want to kill a verse putting up for adoption.
Right.
I can't.
Well, I think it's the easier thing to do, because with adoption you're gonna have to fill out papers, go through a screening process.
But once you know the child is physically here, then you may have a thing of where you want to try to get the child back.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And so it's easier for me, like if I ain't never actually seen you, it's easier for me to not deal with it, as opposed to like me pushing you out, holding you in my arms, seeing you, hearing you cry, them cutting the cord and everything.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
And then 3 to 5 years later, now, or when I find out I can't have kids no more, now, you know what? 8 years ago, I wanna.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Like, I wish we had, a couple of guests in here, a woman guest to really dive into deeper with this, and I could, but check out the Preacher Man, because I will be addressing this in a few other different ways, like we talked about here, but I will go a little bit heavy on the spiritual side a little bit. So be on the lookout for the Preacher Man whenever. I'm going to try to record it soon. It'll be out. Just look out for that. But the Hood Rat Chronicles, I want to say, with the McDonald's situation. McDonald's, this is one I saw. Like, shout out to Ant, my guy Ant, Anthony Prince. Y'all know, y'all know Ant. He hit me up. Maybe
shout out to AP.
Facebook or something. He was like, I know you and Rag gonna talk about the McDonald's situation. And at the time, I'm like, what you talking about, McDonald's situation? I didn't know. And he sent me the link on YouTube. And there we go. So
and she made a couple of videos, actually.
I saw that. So the situation at McDonald's, if you don't know, may even play the video, if I can go ahead and put it up right there.
Look, y'all. Every fucking day, my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids at McDonald's though? Like, that's bogus as hell. Like, you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the siblings.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help him. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Lisa, you had
them are his siblings
Lisa,
though.
You had
He not finna eat in front of all his other siblings, and they're not eating on McDonald's. Why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta bring my son food? I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound f***ing dumb.
How is that shit dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are their daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's? So you know I get food stamps on the 11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What
yeah,
like?
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, the f*** I did.
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me?
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy.
I'm a good daddy.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit in this bullshit. You only come here with one piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all. Then he can't take that. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I can maybe. You got it's 3 extra kids. What the? You all like going to my motherfucking account, spending money on those all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with. That's the one you gonna.
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
They're my. So that means
Yeah.
I take care of them.
So don't.
No,
I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th.
Your babies.
Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kid as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel the way about him eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the room.
Send him down to the car. He ain't got to eat for his brothers and sisters. He can come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Dumb. He ain't eating this. You.
But she ended up really exposing her, exposing herself, and so, you know what I'm saying. I know we have an award for this. I can't think of.
We got quite a few. We got quite a few.
But she gonna get one. You gonna see.
We got quite a few.
She gonna get an award.
We gonna have to. She's a
the Hood
recipient
Rat
of the Pinky whatever nigga award.
Whatever nigga.
She can get the whatever nigga. She can get the playoff P. When keeping it real goes wrong award.
We can make up a Hood Rat award. The Hood Rat of the Year award.
Right. That is because we slacked on the awards this year.
We did.
This season. But being somebody who was in a similar situation, because you know my daughter's mom has other children. First of all, I can say that it has been some times where I have done some stuff for her children, and our situation was, not to go into all the details, but like we were never girlfriend and boyfriend. We were never engaged. That was not our relationship. But with that being said, like all her kids know me. You know, like when they see me, hey, Mr. Roche, you know, like they come up, shake my hand, they talk to me. And it's been some times where I have put cash money in hand. It's been some times where I've cashed out. There's been some times where I brought stuff over because I wanted to. And even it was on occasions where, you know, she would ask like, hey, do you mind doing ABC, XYZ? My thought process is that, hey, these are my daughter's siblings. I don't mind. But with that being said, it was never required or expected of me to do that.
I told the wife it depends what mood I'm in, because she asked me would I do it. Like I was like depending on the mood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so in a similar situation, like if God forbid if something was to happen between y'all, I already know you're gonna take care of yours. Sure. But if she, you know, got remarried or something, had some more kids, you may or may not. You don't have an obligation to that. You know. First of all, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing by taking care of his son, which that is the only obligation that he has. Like, it's not like they were married and he got to pay alimony or something like that. And I get that he knows the other kids and when they were together, but that's only right. When you are in a relationship with somebody, y'all are in the same household, it's only right that you treat all the kids equally and that you are fair to them and you treat them, you don't make them feel less than because they're not biologically yours. But once that relationship ends, because this is the thing I'll say on that. Okay, it's cool for him to buy McDonald's, but when it's time for that ass whooping, he can't say nothing to your kid. Those are your kids then. Yeah. So I'm good enough to get McDonald's, but if I see them out of line, and when I say ass whooping, I mean use that as a figure of speech. Like if I got to take away an Xbox or spank or whatever y'all call, or say something to them because they out of line, now all of a sudden they your kids. Now all of a sudden, don't say nothing to my kid. You done lost your mind, because we know women do that, and it could be biologically your child. But when I'm on their head, now all of a sudden it's not my child no more. Don't say nothing to my child. Like I just saw also my child get out of line, but you don't want me to say nothing to my child. So now you already know if he tried to discipline the other kids. And when I say discipline, I mean correct. I don't necessarily mean physically hurt, because I know how y'all are. But y'all got an issue with that. And so because of that reason, if I ain't got access to do all of that, then don't tell me about no giving them McDonald's. Like that's a privilege. That's not a right. Yeah. It's a privilege for my son or my daughter or my whoever to eat McDonald's every day. So or however often I bring it. That ain't required. If you're eating every day, if you got clothes, you got a place to stay, and I'm teaching you right from wrong, we ain't got to be friends. You ain't got to like me. I feed you. You got a place to stay. You being taught right from wrong. You ain't got to be my friend. You ain't my homie. I'm not finna talk to you about what type of head I like or my favorite sex position. We don't kick it. You're not finna drink with me, nigga. It's my job to make sure that you are raised up the right way. Anything else extra is a bonus. And so she was out of line. She was off her rocker. And then she was more off her rocker when she made the second video trying to justify, where she was at.
And in that second video I saw, like, I don't really care how y'all think when I said hood rat. Like, she proved the fact of the hood ratness in that second video. Basically, like, saying when he know what he got when he used to date me or something. Like, it was just no accountability.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We talked about this a lot during the season, first season too. Just like there's no accountability, and so, and just like when my wife asked me, like, it depends what mood am I in. Like, if I got some extra, I feel extra charitable. Like, I will bring other kids that, but like you said, I'm not gonna feel obligated or required to do that.
Do y'all feel like that because you have had sex with somebody, or if you had sex again with them after y'all are done, and we've all been there? Oh, fireworks! Y'all can't hear that. We look like, oh, it's fireworks. It's like by the time y'all see this, the 4th of July will have already passed.
Yeah.
But like, do y'all feel like, and I know you probably been here, I know you have, where you stop messing with a chick, but it's raining. You know what I'm saying? She lonely, right? And she hit you up. You know how they do when it's raining, like, oh, they put something on Facebook, and they hit you. Y'all done, but you go back up there. You go back over there for that one night or whatever. But because y'all have had that type of relationship, do you feel like you're obligated? Now I got to pay your bills. Now I got to just randomly hand you money. Now I got to randomly fix shit around your house just because we mutually made a decision to do that, because that was one of the things she said in the second video. Oh, even though we broke up, like, sometimes we still get down every night.
Yeah.
Okay, but you clearly made it a point that y'all not in a relationship anymore. So when niggas get horny, that ain't got nothing to do with the other stuff.
Now, I have been in situations before, like, and I want to hear Vic on this too, like, where, like, some women, they just got it. Whatever it is, oh, I like the way you do that thing on me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's head, she may got that wop wop. You know what I mean? She may have it, and so that can make you do some crazy things. You know what I'm saying? That can make you buy, kids are not yours, certain things. You know what I'm saying? But again, depending on the mood I'm in. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't feeling that day, hey, I got some time. I got X, Y, and Z money. I'm just gonna get my son. I ain't gonna trip. You know what I'm saying? Let me just do that. So, what you think about that, Vic? What do you think?
This is probably my immaturity speaking, but
Talk it, man.
There's no way I'm getting my baby mama's other kids.
Right.
Anything.
Yeah.
I don't even like those kids.
Right.
Wow.
Can we be real though?
I'm being real.
That's real.
I don't even like them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. It's sometimes that I like the kids better than I like the mama. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been some times where I like the kids better than I like the mama.
I was coming to get my son. I wasn't bringing my son anything.
Right.
I'm coming to get him.
Yeah.
He gonna come back.
Right.
And
Full.
That same way you feel it, you gonna feel it, and you ain't gonna have no way to mediate that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My child gonna come back, and he back in your care now.
Yeah.
That's just how that would have went. I can't fathom any muscle in my body.
Right. Now, I'm with you. I'm with you.
tried.
Like, I've been in a relationship before she had 3 kids. And just like Rex said, I adored them kids for the most part, sometimes more than the mom on occasions. Although the mom was still dope. You know what I mean? But
And see, I'm more speaking from if you have a child.
Right.
If you have a child with her, it might be a little.
Right.
But I mean, if you come in a relationship with her 3 kids, I can see that. But my child, and then we broke up, and then you went on to have more kids. No, bro.
But once again, it depend on my mood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I may just be on, like, look, man, I'm going to get my kid whatever these food. I don't feel like it. I ain't obligated to. But like you said, I may handle it differently. Right. I'm not going to come in there and give him a whole pizza. Hey, bro, this your personal pan. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Hey, what's up, Johnny, Mark?
Right.
I'm not going to be in their face.
Right.
Look at what I got my son, nigga. Look at what you ain't going to do that.
I'm not going to do that, but I'll be just like, hey, let me take my son. Let me take him around the corner. I'm going to take him to, you know what I'm saying, over my house or whatever. Then while we in the process of going there, go get something to eat and go do that. Like, I could have been done better. Yeah, but that's not You know what I'm saying? I don't fault dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault dude.
But see, like, I asked for the obligation because I ain't gonna say no names because y'all know the person.
Yep.
But no, y'all know the person. But like I had a chick ask me, you know, like how come you don't like the obligation thing? Because she was like, because we had sex, you should do this. And she was like, how come you don't ever give me money? And I said, why would I do that? And she's like, oh, well, because I let you have sex. Like, wait, how many times have I ever called you? I've never called you. Ever. You hit me up talking about you need an appointment. You need some vitamin D. You need me to straighten you out. You need me to hook you up. You know, you got an itch. You need me to scratch. D. Oh, yeah, no, I get them vitamins out now.
Say popping.
You're right. Straight. Let me stop. I'm having too much fun. No, senor, you're too sexy. But I must. But now,
Look at this.
So, but it was like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Every time since I've known you, you got a whole nigga or you got a stable of niggas you entertaining. So let them niggas foot the bill. You hit me up. I don't pay for it. If I want to pay for it, I'm known. I ain't been to no shake joints in Memphis in years. But the ones that's still up, that's been up, I'm known in them joints. They knew me. I was in there. Cause I support black business. Okay.
Business,
yeah, but again, I ain't been on Lamar. I know where it's at. If I'm that hard up where I got to pay for it, I know where to go and what to do to pay for it.
Not Lamar though.
No, I'm saying, but everybody know if you from Memphis,
everybody
you know
about Lamar.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I would. I'm saying, but if it ever got that bad,
you got to be crucial.
But I got a good enough rapport and a track record to where if I just really need some, I got about 4 or 5 people just on hand that I could call, and I ain't got to do no finessing. And they happy to
oblige.
Do it right. You know what I'm saying? But like, why is it? And that's why I asked about the obligation thing. Like, it was a mutual thing. You called me. I was available. I said, okay. We met up, or you pulled up, or however it went, and we did our thing. Why is that transactional if we have not discussed a transaction in the first place? And in the sense of our boy with the McDonald's thing, you were horny, you hit me up, or I was horny and you obliged me. That has nothing to do with your other children or our children together. That is something totally separate. And
that's where I get into with that. Like, there's a whole nother subject we were talking about before between go get in the booty or go watch some porn. Because if you go get the booty, all this emotion BS is attached to me going, because it makes sense to what you just said to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it makes sense to Vic. But with a young lady though, you just don't know. So to put yourself in that position to not only, okay, you getting your booty, right?
Yeah.
You getting your booty. But you getting all the drama and all the other stuff attached to it, where it's like, dang, I thought we had to understand this.
I mean, but see, I make movies, JB.
No,
I'm saying. And you know when we post these hot topics, ain't nobody commenting and said the nigga was lying. Because you know how these women be when a nigga be lying. Oh, they will air your ass out on social media. Ain't nobody commenting and said the nigga was lying. And I wish somebody would, because I got receipts. So if you want to come for the king, you better not miss. But what I'm saying is like, so the time, and I'm not, like I said,
and I'm not advocating for a porn. Right? If people say like,
he's advocating.
I'm not advocating that you need to do that.
If JB got an OnlyFans page, it's at the exact. I'm just playing. But no, I'm saying,
I'm
so
just
like,
saying, y'all.
you know you're a movie maker. Okay, I've jacked off before in my life. I can't make no movies. Like, I'm not sitting up there being epic when I'm beating my meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, I don't light candles and do flips and like roll around in the bed. You know what I'm saying?
They do that.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel it's different. But like when I have a woman, I'm making a whole movie. It's an Oscar-worthy performance. I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like that meme. I'm like,
you got your,
you know what to talk.
You get your plate out with the knife and fork.
Right.
You ready to go?
I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, what Denzel say? I run this. You just live here. King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
All right. So I think we all in agreement here. Well, We just do.
But y'all chime in the comments. And you know what? If y'all chime in, and I'm going to do something I ain't never done before. If y'all chime in between season 2 and season 3, I will interact with your beautiful, wonderful, constituent, raggedy asses on our page, on our YouTube. I will interact with y'all niggas. If y'all comment, only if y'all comment and like, share, and subscribe, and I will interact. And we'll even bring y'all up on the next season.
Y'all need to take him up on that because he don't be
at all
commenting on nothing. So I want to ask 2 of y'all a question on this. Like, was I out of line when I said the young lady was a hood rat?
No.
Okay. I was just making sure.
I'm probably not the right person to ask that to. You know?
Okay. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You call a spade, you know what I mean? Like, and to me, if you look up hood rat in the book, she probably be right there.
And Vic is slick a hood rat, but then he slick bougie too, though.
He like the best of both worlds,
yeah,
like
he's
Jay
like
and R. Kelly a little bit.
He's like the male version of Nunu off ATL. Like when he be back at the crib, he know how to be sophisticated. He drink with his pinkies up. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you see this nigga in North Memphis or somewhere. You know, it's like, dang, I ain't know Vic was tatted.
You do tea time Vic at the house.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't know he was tatted.
You do
like
tea time.
Man, Vic had a grill. You see that here? All right.
This is not about Victor today. We're going back on topic today.
Yo, all right, let's go to this next one here, man.
I did though.
You had a.
I did.
You had a. Was it permanent?
I feel like it added to my rap persona.
He had a gas station joint.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Gas station.
No, I did not.
You know how you go to the store
clear.
Because he walked in.
Raleigh Mall.
No, I did not.
How you doing, buddy?
No.
How you doing, Crown Vic? I got the new grill for you, buddy.
Was it the Raleigh Mall?
It was Mr. Gold, man. Let's get that understood, okay?
Go, man.
That's where we was at with that. But
and then he was riding in his car playing the Project Pass song. Let me see you go shine.
now he going too far. No, I was no. It added to my rap persona.
It added. Okay. You got any pictures?
What we got? Yeah, no
picture. Okay, I'm about to say.
Ask. Shout out to our guy Mo Kicks than Bruce Lee, but ask Mo Kicks because I bet he got a pick. Believe that.
He probably do got a pick.
Mo Kicks.
What you got for us next, JB?
This next one, it kind of goes into what we talked about, kind of with the Roe v. Wade. This is probably a real quick one. When Kendrick Lamar, he was overseas or something. He had a show, and This is basically coming to the reaction I was talking about, the overreaction of this whole Roe v. Wade thing. You know, he had the judge you, the judge Christ, Godspeed for women's rights, the judge you, the judge Christ. You know what I'm saying? He kept saying that over and over, and then the crowd was, cheering and doing all that stuff. And so I think that, Kendrick, and then he had a thorn, like a crown stuff on his head. Right. And I heard it was made out of all diamonds. And so, yeah, I just really, this was kind of like I don't have too much more to say about that other than just like I said with the Roe v. Wade thing. I think this is an overreaction. Everybody else is kind of just yeah, and it feels good. You know what I mean?
So to go on that, and I had this conversation, matter of fact, with the person who I was trying to get to be a guest on. For anybody who says that the Bible has been oppressive to women, first of all, I can tell you've never read any scripture in depth or got context. Yeah. And you got to remember this. First of all, let's go back to the beginning. When God created Adam and Eve was Adam's equal partner. Mm-hmm. She did not lose her position until she tried to step over Adam. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But the serpent used what Eve's greatest desire, which was to have a closer relationship with God, and he basically played on, you will have something that Adam don't have. You'll be over him. Yeah. That was what all that was about. And so that's why the punishment, you're gonna be under him because you tried to be over him and you were standing next to him. But so because you tried to step over him, I'm gonna put you behind him. But when, first of all, going to the Roe v. Wade thing, when you look at scripture, what in that culture, them not being able to explain Mary being pregnant, she would have been legally able to be killed. Mm-hmm. It was set up not only for her to have the child, but for her to get away safely and for her future husband to take and accept that child. Like nobody knew at that time that Joseph was the stepdaddy. Right. Because when they came back from Egypt after 2 years, they thought. And when you look at scripture, he was referred to as Joseph's boy.
See, even in that story, bro, I don't think people really understand like you said, the times that was
Right.
in and how dangerous.
Right. And what he did to save. So here it is.
Yeah.
You got a chance where you can eliminate that child, but no, the child got a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So it's imperative that that child is born. So y'all need to go. And he took on that responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but he raised him and treated him as if it ain't no different. We only know that because we're reading the history of what happened. At the time, they referred to him as Joseph's boy.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, and even when he was named, they was like, "Why did they name him G? Like he ain't got nobody like that in their family. Like why did he name him that?" They didn't understand that. But when you look at when Jesus hit the scene, we talk about the widow with the 2 mites, elevated that woman. Said we're gonna talk about her forever. Who gave the 2 mites, and that was all she had. And he said this woman has given more than everybody. Mm-hmm. What about the lady who came whose daughter was sick, and he basically said, "I ain't giving my food for my children to a dog." And she was like, but even the dogs eat from the master table. He jumped up. Oh, I have never seen such great faith in all of Israel. Like, what's wrong with y'all? This woman got it. When they brought the chick who had committed adultery, who was caught in adultery, he fell down in front of the woman. And check this out. He didn't even acknowledge the woman's nakedness. When Adam and Eve found out they sinned, what's the first thing they do? God asked where y'all, we hid because we was naked. Mm-hmm. Jesus didn't even acknowledge that woman's nakedness. But he fell down in front of her and said, whichever one of y'all niggas bad, like, hit me first. See, we just look at it like, oh, he fell down and said, no, he fell down in front of her and was like, whoever ain't sin, you hit me first. The chick who wasn't supposed to be in the crowd because she had the issue of blood. He said, you're clean. I'm telling you, you're clean. So he steady elevated women. The first 2 people who saw him when he was resurrected was the 2 sisters. You see what I'm saying? He constantly elevated women. So for any woman who's like, oh, the Bible is oppressed to women. Exactly.
The other man that was cooking the food. And
that's another one. Or the chick with who washed his feet with it, and he said, y'all are dishonoring this one. She the only one who honoring me. He kept elevating women. So when people say stuff as if, God doesn't honor women, even in the beginning, God said what? The woman's seed is going to bruise the serpent's head. So biblically, women been elevated. When they talked about Jesus' genealogy, you had Deborah in there, you had Rahab in there. And according to today's standard, Rahab was a hoe.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What about the chick Jesus went to at the well and he used her to evangelize the whole city, the Samaritan woman? Stayed elevating women. So you need, if you're going to go there. Really get in there. Don't use 1 or 2 scriptures that's convenient.
Know the facts.
Go look at the whole thing and not just a piece that fits an argument.
Look at the context of it.
Because that's a lot of times what people do. They look at a piece that reveals that helps justify a bias or prejudice. Yeah. And so going back to the Kendrick thing and what he said, people want to jump on that, but you don't know the whole context of that. And so I know I act a fool, y'all, but I didn't read, I done studied a little bit in my day.
This guy knows exactly what he's saying. Now to this next one, I'm going to go to this next one. Now I'm not sure if any of you have watched the Omarion Mario Verzuz. Honestly, I didn't even know they even had a Verzuz until I saw
What about
people.
our boy Ray J?
One wish. He had a baby on his back, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that was. I want to comment on this just because how far down Verzuz has gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it started out, obviously.
It was good.
You know what I'm saying? It started out real good. Then it started to elevate, and then.
Y'all want to know what the peak was?
We know what the peak was.
What was the peak?
Jada and the locks.
No, that was not the peak. That was like almost at the top.
What's the peak?
The peak was Bone Thugs and 3-6, which we did a video, by the way, which y'all should go check out.
Check it out.
That was the peak.
Yeah,
that was the peak.
I agree with you.
Because that was one everybody had been talking about even before, like Jada and the Locks.
Right.
Like that was one that people want, especially in this area. Yeah. People really wanted to see.
Now, kind of off subject with this Mario. Now, just for you saying that, I wish they would have did the UGK 8-Ball and gave it a little bit more like promotion for like 2 weeks. I think they gave it like 4 days.
That one should have been as big as the Bone Thugs 3.
But they only gave it like 4 days and been like, oh, it's coming out. They came out. Oh, they made an announcement one day. Then 4 days later, they came out with the Verzuz. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, 8-Ball and UGK is too big for you just give them a 3-day promotion type of deal. They should, like you said, they should have did the same run.
And I think they do
as,
too much
360
hip hop
now.
too, though.
Yeah.
Because in the midst of you, like you said, in order for me to give 8Ball, MJG, and UGK a big run, why haven't they done NSYNC versus the Backstreet Boys? Because I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't watch it. I mean, I know the songs because when I used to work at Walgreens, like they had them joints on repeat. Like I'm in the pharmacy at Walgreens, mad as hell. Like, because if I want it that way, come on, like I slick know that joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's one that a certain group of people know. Or Britney Spears versus Christina Aguilera. You know, and keep in mind, like what Timberland and Swiss, they know them.
Right.
They've done music for them.
Well, I think they're trying to keep it mostly black, just from what I've been seeing. For
I
the most
get it.
part.
I'm just saying, but even if you didn't do that, like what about like Blackstreet versus Silk, or you know what I'm saying, like Jagged Edge or something? Right. You could have had some stuff to where it's not so oversaturated because you, like to your point, you can't promote it the way it needs to be promoted.
Now, we would like to see Chris Brown and Justin Timberlake. I think that actually might be kind of dope. Now, him and Usher too will be cool. But back to the Omarion. Now, Vic, this is kind of your generation with Omarion. You know what I'm saying? Touch. You know what I'm saying? Icebox. Did you happen to watch
and Vic
the
used
Verzuz?
to want to be in B2K.
No, I did not. Not at all.
He's a dance like Omarion.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, Vic can dance, which y'all didn't know.
I know he can
Crown
dance.
can dance.
I know he
Crown can dance.
I know he can get down like Omarion.
Man, look, go look up Young Memphis on YouTube. That's all I'm saying.
So what you think of the Verzuz, man? Tell me your thoughts, Crown. Other than that, it was trash. I mean, we know it was.
Well, you know, the folks I mess with pretty much did that thing. I mess with Sammy. Sammy had
Oh yeah, no, Sammy did his thing. Sammy did his thing.
Yeah.
Pleasure P had some hits. He did his thing.
The pre-show was better than the Omarion and Mario.
Definitely.
Now we talking about the pre-show. That's a whole different thing. But it
ruined some stuff for me. You know, it ruined certain songs for me, like the Jeremiah stuff. It ruined.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I'm mad they had my boy Jacquees on there.
Jacquees,
the king of R&B.
But I am going back and thinking about it. I ain't never really looked at Omarion as a singer.
Yeah.
He was in a singing group.
Right.
I never looked at any of them. It's just real.
More
singers.
of a performer.
More performance in a sense. Like, but that's my dog Bow Wow, that's my guy. You know, he started all this, man.
Hey,
He started all this.
Hey, man, y'all better stop sleeping on Young Draco,
I
though.
saw.
I
Soulja Boy, my guy, too. He just crazy.
And you had that phase where you thought you was Soulja Boy, too.
Man, I did.
Now, to your point, Bow Wow, to me, I don't think he get enough credit.
He don't. People try to say the Scream Tools B2K. That's all Bow Wow.
Yeah, that's all Bow Wow.
That's all Bow.
That's all Bow Wow.
He started out in folk career, man.
And for our people watching, if JB remembers to plug this in, we'll do your ads. I'm just saying. Shannon Sharp, LaPortier, I got you. Martell, I got you. Dos Equis, I got you. I'm just saying, y'all need to get on because our views are going up. Y'all need to get on this train while y'all can get us on a budget. I'm just saying. Man, it's real. Negotiable.
For real. Tell them about it. But, yeah, the actual, when I saw Omarion eating the watermelon, that's when I was like, this has gone to a level that I don't, like, to one, at that point, he was already getting whooped by Mario, like, song for song. And this is my other thing about the Verzuz thing. When people say, oh, this person's going to blow this people out the way. Like, you don't know in Verzuz because it depends on your order, how you come out, what you do. Like, all of Marion's hits, the touch and like, they didn't even hit right because they were, like, done in the type of order. Like, I was like, dang, like, yeah, that's cool, but no, like, you still
No, I mean, but
to
that point, like, we talked about the 3-6 bone, like, as much as from this city, like, we ride or die 3-6.
Yeah.
You go to the club, everything is 3-6. Like, 3-6 ain't got 5 songs combined that's as big as Crossroads.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we can still argue with your mama. Look at the numbers. Like, they had a single that went diamond.
Yeah.
So I would argue with you, find 5 songs that equal 10 million, and that ain't talking about none of they, you know what I'm saying, none of they other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But to your point, you got to know song order and structure and the crowd, Shout out to Chris Rock, little brother Mario. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know he look like a light skinned Chris Rock.
I'm looking like,
you know what I'm saying? And Omarion kissed my ass for stealing all my moves. Cause
you talking about the watermelon?
Yeah, that's all out my playbook, man.
Not the
I'm international, man. They better ask about me. But that, to your point, that doesn't help your song out.
No. Then he brought his brother out on stage. Like
No, you talking about Marcus Houston?
No, whoever, I don't know.
Oh, okay, no, because Marcus Houston is actually the brother of one of the dudes that was with B2K.
Now that would have been dope if he would have brought him out, but now it was. I don't know who this brother is, but they look like brothers. So I don't know who it was, but and
that's what they need to have. They need to have Immature and what's that other group had the song called Aisha? Another Bad Creation.
Another Bad Creation.
They need to have Immature and Another Bad Creation.
Another Bad Creation.
They need to be the verses.
All right, let's get to this next one here, man. This one, I don't think you saw it. This our boy Stak 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Stak 5, Steven Jackson is what they call him. A former NBA player, host of the very popular All the Smoke podcast.
Man, shout out to the All the Smoke podcast.
Shout out to them, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I fool with them guys. But
no.
I do want to say this.
Okay.
Stak 5, he was on Instagram or whatever, maybe it was live. He went to O Block.
Mm-hmm.
You know, O Block, that's Chicago.
Right.
Lil Durk, King Von.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was on the Instagram just like bragging about it. You're just like, hey, I'm on O Block. Y'all can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to check in. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here with my chains on in the streets. I'm hooping, doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Stak, he's older than us, so he's probably nearing 50. I saw
right, mid 40s,
and so
late 50s.
To me,
I mean not late 40s.
It was like, it was just kind of weird to see a grown man kind of out there bragging about being on O Block, bragging that you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Or you need to check in. I got people I can check in with. Don't do that. It was just like, it felt kind of like that young vibe. It was just like, dang, bro, like you kind of too old to be doing it. But then he had the backlash come on the internet, and people were like, hey, bro, like criticizing him, like, why you done made it? Why are you hanging out in the O Block and making all these videos and stuff? You know what I mean? So I'm just like, but you kind of put yourself in that position to kind of get talked about. Although I mess with you, Stak, you know what I'm saying? You my guy, but I was just like, it just seemed kind of a young kind of ploy for him to kind of do that and how he did it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, not sure if you actually saw it, but I'm sure he probably pretty much got it on his stories or whatnot. And it was just, to me, it's a message to be like, it's just, to me, when kind of keeping it real goes wrong, you know what I'm saying? To where he clearly has access to the block in the hood. He grew up in, that vein in Texas, Port Arthur. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kind of where he's from, PA. You know what I'm saying? Kind of where UGK and stuff from. But, you know what I mean? He just seemed kind of old in my eyes to kind of be out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here with my chains. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all could be out here with some chains on? You know what I mean? And not, you know what I mean? It's just like, because I got my cred. I got, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't like this. I'm like, bro, like, I'm with you. Right. But it's like, why do you want to post that? And then he said something about, but what y'all don't know is that I gave, $1,000 to the tour driver or something they had out here or whatever. Like, to me, it's just for me, it's just too much broadcasting about, if you gave, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? If you did, you know what I'm saying? Right. I just think, like I said, I love my boy Stak, but it's just like, I thought he, kind of when keeping it real, kind of teetered over.
I would say, and we never, hopefully, we can get into it. But the presidential perspective on, the breaking down the 10 crack commandments, like that's rule number 2.
You still got some more.
Yeah, you never let them know your next move. Don't you know bad boys move in silence and violence? Like that part of not letting the right hand know what the left hand is doing. And so while I don't see it the way you see it in terms of him being old per se or older and doing that, because it is something to be said. And I know, and I remember times where like being out and you see an older head come back and you happy to see like, oh, JB rolling through, nigga. Like, we happy to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that part, not so much is not a problem, but to say, for you to turn around and be like, look at me, look at what I'm doing. That part. And keep in mind, me as an individual, I'm not in a position to criticize him because what he's done with his activism, especially when,
sure.
according to what the way police brutality and just the unfair things that we face in our community, I mess with him tough on that.
Yeah.
Because too many people in his position don't. But to your point,
Now,
and I know
his block.
you've done a lot of stuff that you don't talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna give you your flowers on that because, like, I know niggas that you done gave money to, and niggas sitting next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I could call you and I wouldn't unless I was in the jam. But it's times I have been, and you didn't ask me why I was in the jam. You didn't beat me up for past bad decisions. Oh, I saw about a month ago you had that bottle of yak. If you wouldn't have bought that, you wouldn't need to ask. Like, you didn't do that. You was just like, okay, do you need me to give it to you, or do you intend to pay me? Like, that was what it is. Oh, if you gonna pay me back, I'm looking for it at this point. If you need me to give it to you, this is what I'm blessing you with. But you ain't never, and y'all don't know that.
That's always always my distinction, y'all.
You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying that because you never posted that on Facebook or shaded like, I tell you about these people who hit you up from. You never did that,
Right?
You know what I'm saying? It's times where I've done like we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's money? What's whatever between brothers. And so from that aspect, because even now I don't go to the mound as much as I used to, but like when I go to the mound and it's kids that I mentor now that are good and grown, right. I don't talk about all the stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they know. But don't nobody need to know.
If that was your block, I mean to cut you out, but if that was your block, I don't like O Block ain't even where he from.
Right.
If he was in Port Arthur saying I'm back in my hood, I would do this, you know what I'm saying? I would be like, cool, like that's your hood, like, but you ain't even from Chicago.
Right. But his kids, I grew up in South Memphis and Raleigh. His kids in South Memphis and Raleigh to this day, that when they see, they're gonna stop and hug me,
right, and
tell me they'll post stuff. I've seen posts on Facebook where they were talking about people that impacted and they tagged me in it. Mm-hmm. I had people that was, in college, like, man, you know what? I wish people mess with me, like, and they tagged my name in it. You know what I'm saying? And so I could talk about all the success stories of people that have gone on to do great things, but I didn't do it for that reason. And so for that reason, that's my only thing to the point that you made.
Yeah.
If your purpose is to really impact and bless people, I ain't got to know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't a show, You do it for the love.
Yeah, it's just kind of the clout chase. But like I said, much respect.
And we
Stak.
love you, Stak.
Yeah, you my guy, Stak. Like I said, but I just, like you said, you like to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen Stak fight, and I ain't backing out, but I wouldn't want to fight Stak.
No, I ain't. You don't fight dudes like that.
And he was not wrong for what they did at the Malice in the Palace. They was not. I've been said that, and I will stand on that. I do not want that smoke. I ain't running, but I'm just saying, like, that's an ass whooping. Like, if I can avoid,
I'm good, Stak. But
I'm just saying, like, you ain't got to tell people what you're doing,
like
man. You the OG.
Yeah, you the OG, bro. I didn't think you had to go to that level because I've even with the podcast and stuff he got going, other people have been speaking the praises of him, just how he is as a person. They're talking about him,
right?
Without him saying something.
He ain't gotta say it because he gets that love.
That's what I'm saying. He has so much,
deservedly so.
We know you. We know you from the hood. We know you about that life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he would be on my all-street team.
Right.
He would be on my all. If I got to have a bunch of niggas walking with me through a dark alley, like, he's like the first or second pick.
He'll be right there. And so that, to me, speaks for itself. And so let other people talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Or, but, it is what it is. So let me get into this next one here. Let's get into our, this kind of like the NBA section.
Okay.
The ball section here. The big thing we know, obviously when this come out, he may have already found a home or maybe not, but KD requested a trade.
Yeah.
We know he requested a trade. And the funny thing about, I don't know if you saw, did I send this to you? No. The next day, the New York Post came out with a headline that said,
The thin man has no heart.
Thin man has
like,
no.
There's a play on the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz.
It said the thin man had no heart. But then we talk about some of this stuff with Todd. You know what I'm saying? As far as with KD, I'm like, but if he wins something in Brooklyn, all what I'm saying, you know, kind of would be squashed.
I mean, I think depending on where he go, and I know a lot of people have been back and forth about him coming to Memphis. Like, if he came to Memphis and Memphis won, would nobody say?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I would be cool if he came to Memphis.
I mean, so would you say if he came to Memphis that he would be a bus rider or a bus driver?
If he came to Memphis, he would be the bus driver. I say for two reasons.
Because I feel like he would help steer Ja along the right way.
Because of where Ja is in his career. This would be Ja's fourth or some year, so he's still kind of
this is coming up
into his own. You know what I mean? So if he came here, he would be the bus driver. So if
he went to Chicago, would he be the bus rider or the bus driver?
Oh yeah, he'll be a clear bus driver.
If he went to Miami, because that's a team they talking about, would he be a bus?
Is Jimmy still there?
Yeah, no, he said the only way he wants to go to Miami is if they got to keep Bam, Kyle Lowry, and Jimmy Butler.
If Jimmy's still there.
Yeah, no, Jimmy Michael Jordan's son is definitely the bus driver.
Yeah, I can't say he'll be the bus driver in Miami.
If he goes to Phoenix, which is another team they talking, is he a bus driver or bus
for
rider?
sure, bus driver.
You think so over CP?
How many losses?
Because I think, but I think that CP, what made them into a contending team, is him. I don't think that CP has ever been on a team where he wasn't, and he may not have been the guy with the gaudy stats like when he was with the Clippers. Blake Griffin had the better numbers, but clearly CP3 was that guy. Yeah. Like when he was with Houston, you saw when he was hurt, they were a completely different team when he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? People talk about Harden, but when CP3 got hurt, that's what messed, Houston up.
I do think he would still be the bus driver pretty much in any of those places except Miami if Jimmy Butler is there. And so
Michael Jordan's son, stay Michael Jordan's son.
I would look. I think what
y'all know, crying over there laughing. Y'all
honestly,
know.
KD is cool. Do I think he a hoe? Like, yes. Like
I don't think he was a bus rider in Brooklyn. Cause man, like don't get me wrong.
No, he's a bus driver in Brooklyn.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like Kyrie got like talent, and this is why that whole thing, like talent to me, is overrated because we just look at what the potential of somebody to do.
Yeah.
My thing is that your potential has to meet up with your actuality. And Kyrie's potential and actuality, we ain't had a season where he's played 70 games at least, and you see that. We're looking at, for 50 games he did. The reason why Kawhi ain't mentioned in a certain light is because when Kawhi ever played over 68 games?
Yeah.
Especially like in the last 5-6 years. And so we talk about quote-unquote talent, but we're looking at it in what you do or what somebody potentially could do. And that's like these women when we talked about, I can cook, I can clean, but you only do it one day out the week. You don't get no flowers because you had the ability. What are you actually doing?
Right.
And so Kyrie has the ability. Kyrie could be top 5 status based on what we know you could do, but you don't consistently do it. And we got more examples of like what you did in Brooklyn, like what you did in Boston.
Sure.
Whereas with KD, again, if it wasn't for his feet being a size 18 or however big the hell his feet is, they would have beat Milwaukee.
Yeah, no doubt.
The toe was on the line.
Right.
Like when he played in Golden State, again, it might have been, okay, Steph, Draymond, but when it came time to put that dagger in LeBron's heart, 2 years in a row, man, give me that giant. No ice in the veins. As much as LeBron is number 2 behind Jordan, if LeBron had been in that same situation, LeBron... and then pass it to somebody else.
Don't get me started.
Or he's only taking the shot if they're tied up. And to me, my thing with Bron is he was always you're capable of being that dude. And so for me, and I'm not going to say that KD doesn't make some more comfortable moves to your point, but he ain't afraid of the moment. And so for me, the fact that I know what I'm capable of doing, and when I got to lift everybody up because I see y'all ain't able to do it, I do that. With the exception of like maybe Miami.
Right.
Like anywhere he go, we say easy money sniper.
And I think KD has learned his lesson when I say that. Like I think that if you look at the teams that he's trying to get a demand a trade for, these are organizations that are from top down structured. You know what I'm saying? In Phoenix, you got your boy, what's his name?
Monty Williams, the coach.
Monty Williams, the coach, but the dude in the front office, he black too. He used to play with Braun in Cleveland.
Oh, James Jones.
James Jones. Mm-hmm. James Jones up there. Then you got, what's Pat Riley in Miami.
Oh yeah, no. That's the Godfather.
Yeah. You're not gonna do anything.
And y'all need to catch him. Have you watched the rest of Winning Time?
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's an epic portrayal. I mean, hey, Adrian Brody nailed it on Winning Time as Pat Riley.
Phenomenal show. And like I said, even with KD, I think he will be perfect here in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? And you saw Triple J, he's injured. Again, he'll be out for 4 to 6 months. He hurt his knee or something. I don't know what happened. So I would package Triple J. We got a couple first round picks and maybe Dylan Brooks or something like that and get KD. I would like to keep Bane. I want to keep Bane.
Yeah, Desmond Bane. I would like to keep Brandon Clark.
BC. I want to keep him too. But, depending on what I would like it. Like the only reason I say
and then KD didn't play with Steven Adams before in OKC.
That's right. I forgot
you know
about
what I'm
that.
saying? So
I forgot about that. Now the only reason I said that KD was a hoe or a whore because I think he's very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? He's very like when stuff kind of get tough, as far as the team wise, he seems to, kind of want to. Well, just in this case, I wouldn't want to put that attached to him on that tip. I just think he's a very sensitive guy that, you know what I'm saying, that likes to dish all the smoke but don't want it back. You know what I mean? In a sense. And so, but saying that, I would love him in the M. I would love him to be a
get a Memphis jersey. You get a 35 Memphis jersey.
I wouldn't.
With KD, you last.
I wouldn't.
Man, EJ and Toby. EJ and Toby would have on the Memphis jersey.
I would get a Ja.
EJ and Toby would have on the KD jersey.
No.
And Crown Young Z would have on the KD jersey.
But I like the shoes. I got some KD shoes. I got 3 or 4 pair of them. So the KD shoes are dope to me. But yeah, so get with that. So what we're gonna do here? I want to get into. Well, let's get into this NBA free agency for a minute. NBA free agency is currently still going. One of the bigger moves, I believe, was DeJounte Murray going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had...
Hawks ain't going to do shit.
Hawks ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, Hawks
ain't doing nothing. But...
Only Hawk that's doing some shit is shout out to the Hawkins family, my guy Bobby Hawkins, John Hawkins. Them the only Hawks doing shit. The Atlanta Hawks ain't doing shit.
Nah.
What we got? Who else you got? What you got?
I got the funniest trade is when Gobert went to Minnesota for 4 first-round picks and a slew of players.
Didn't Patrick Beverly go to Utah?
He went to Utah too. But Pat brought this to my attention. My boy Pat, salute to my guy Pat. Salute. He brought up because I forgot Danny Ainge runs that organization now with Utah. And so this is a
Right, he left Boston. I forgot.
Yeah, me too. Like this is an Ainge move. You know how he got all them picks with
Boston?
Boston?
I ain't like shoot. They need to be trying to get Ainge in Chicago or Memphis.
They do. Now I think we good.
I think Danny Ainge is amazing.
Now if we can get him
when it come to getting them picks, like Danny Ainge is like the new Jerry West.
But then they gonna have Cat playing the 4. It got to go. I was like, it don't make no sense, but. Free agency still going. Actually, I just saw your boy. Y'all just signed Dragic, the Bulls. Y'all signed Dragic.
Zach LaVine staying.
Zach LaVine is staying. Hopefully, y'all get Lonzo.
Andre Drummond.
Y'all got.
Yeah,
Drummond?
we got Andre Drummond.
Okay. Y'all trying to.
No, we do it. So Andre Drummond gonna be backing up Vucevic. You know what I'm saying? Dragic is gonna be backing up either Lonzo or one of the guard spots. We still got Kobe White, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Caruso.
Yeah, that'll be kind of dope. Like, but I'm hoping, like, we can.
I just want us to at least make it out the second round. If we can contend for Eastern Conference Finals
y'all
spot,
should be good.
I got on my 49ers hat today, but anytime if you watched our pod,
he got all the
y'all know if it ain't 49ers, I'm on that bullshit. So y'all know what it is.
He got it all. So. Hoping, like I said, the Grizz really kind of pull. If we can get a KD trade, I would be okay with that. So let's get into some of these quickies, man, before we kind of.
All right, get into these quickies. We either smashing or we passing. What we got?
Okay. Arch Manning, the nephew of Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, commits to Texas. What you doing?
I'm gonna smash it, but I would have rather he went to USC because I always rock with the rubbers, them Trojans. But we know that the Mannings are, whether we like them or not, that's football royalty.
No doubt.
I feel like he would have done well wherever he went. And unlike Peyton and Eli, one of the things is his dad is Cooper. Cooper was actually the only one that wasn't a quarterback. He was a wide receiver.
Super athletic
right,
too.
before he got injured, and he actually had a medical condition.
Yeah.
But he was very athletic, like you just said. And so it's like Arch has that, but he's got the quarterback from Granddad, Unc, and Unc. And we know that Eli is a winner. You know what I'm saying? As much as he can be inconsistent, he's a winner. He knows how to not fold under pressure. Peyton, arguably, outside of Brady and Joe Montana, could be considered top 3 quarterback all the time. So you got that pedigree. So I think he's gonna do, because Texas are they still in the Big 12 or
they going to SEC?
Oh, so yeah. So then
years.
you're in the best. So yeah, you're gonna get to play in the best conference. Everybody, if you watch college football, the SEC is the best conference in college football, hands down. So he's gonna get a chance to be in that. Yeah. He's gonna for sure be a top 10 pick whenever he comes out.
Yeah, I'm smashing this one just because I think they held on tight to this recruitment like super good, and I think Texas is a great place for them. Not only money wise with the NIL stuff, everything bigger in Texas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but they're moving to the SEC here soon. Yeah. And so when he actually starts, will probably be 2024 because he'll be a senior this coming up year. 2024.
So he's still a junior in high school?
Well, he about to be a senior this year.
Okay.
So he's not gonna play till probably 2024.
2023 is gonna be his freshman year.
Yeah. And I don't think he probably plays freshman year because they got the number 1 guy in the class right now to play. Right, so he probably going to sit out a year. So he'll probably end up playing 2024. Right. And then by that time, they'll be in the SEC. Yeah. It's perfect. Like, I think, clearly I would like him to go to Florida. You know what I'm saying? That was a pipe dream. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm a Gator.
Nah,
Gator fan. I'm a Gator fan.
He would have went to either Ole Miss or Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't go to Ole Miss. So, but yeah, I'm definitely smashing that. Now, this next one here, this is gonna be this is also gonna be a Preacher Man episode as well. A lot of people actually been hitting me up with this. I'm getting a lot of DMs and people hitting me up like Creflo Dollar. He apologizes for his past messages on tithing. You know what I'm saying? And I actually listened to the whole message that other than the 2-minute clip that people putting out there on social media and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say I'm smashing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into in depth of it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm smashing it from the context of what I know he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And where he kind of went. Right. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna say
just from what you know,
like you know me, I'm gonna put a number to the side.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna actually need to go and listen to it
for sure.
But considering conversations that we've had, one of your actual podcasts about tithing being essential. Yeah. So the understanding that I have of the history of it and the purpose of it, and when you do it with the right heart and motivation of that, so I would have to listen to the context to see where he's coming from, because you know me, words say the word. I'm not going to argue with nobody about that. You do what you want to do. Right. I'm going to do what I know to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, so until I hear the full context of it, I'm just going to put it away for a rainy day.
Put it to the side.
But I get it though. Like, that's something I definitely want to listen to before I make a judgment on that or an assessment on that.
It's very interesting. I'm gonna definitely talk about that a little bit more on my other pod, The Preacher Man. And I got to put this in here. We need to say congratulations to the Golden State Warriors for winning their 4th championship in 8 years. Actually, one thing I do like is because they actually beat the Grizzlies and they end up going ahead and win the championship. So that's kind of like a consolation prize, I would say, for the Grizz.
Plus, so you feel like if the Grizz had won, they would have beat Boston?
See, that's the thing. I don't know.
Because Styles makes fights.
It do.
Matchups are everything.
That's my thing with Styles, because when we played them in the regular season,
I want to say Boston like
It's
handed the
different,
Grizz
man.
their ass during the regular season.
It's different. Like, we don't have the clientele like Golden State has, like with Wiggins defensively, to
I don't
really
even think.
kind
I
of
think
but
Boston messed up because they tried to play Golden State's game.
yeah,
Like they did something different that they didn't do in the like they tried to match. You cannot match Golden State 3 for 3. Cleveland gave you the blueprint of how to beat Golden State. What's his name got hurt? Bogut got hurt. Draymond was out. Take it inside. Who's gonna hold Robert Williams on the inside? Who's gonna hold, like, you put Horford down there? Who's gonna hold him? All they had was Looney, cause Wiseman wasn't playing.
no,
So make them dudes get in foul trouble.
yeah,
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, racket every time. Go to the cup every time. But you trying to play 3 for 3. So even if you make 3 of them, if they make 5 of them, they're still ahead.
yeah. Like,
You know what I'm saying? So that's the point. Like, y'all ain't got that person that, like, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they're not Jordan Poole, they're anomalies.
Yeah,
That ain't everybody. You know what I'm saying? So do what got you to the dance.
it would have been an interesting matchup. Like, I can't say, oh yeah, Memphis would have beat Boston. I think we definitely would have beat Dallas the next round for the Western Conference Finals. But then going to the finals, Tatum, like I said, styles make
Those
fights.
who want to criticize how we play, that's because they never won anything. I never asked you to do anything that I wasn't willing to do myself. But nah, like to your point though, shouts out to them, man.
Yeah,
Like,
shout out to the Warriors, man, and shout out to the Grizz too. I forgot the draft too. The Grizzlies to me had a great draft. I want to be
and they
on
made
record.
some good trades because you see they got old boy Lofton.
Yeah, we picked him up on the two-way.
Yeah, like that's Lofton is nice.
He's
They
nice.
traded for the can't think of what the white guy's name is. Because he got drafted by somebody else.
We got Jake LaRava.
No, not him. He was somebody that played in college, and he got drafted by somebody else, and they traded or did something, and we ended up with him. He had kind of like the long. He had not long, but he had like the black hair.
You talking about David Roddy? Talking about David Roddy? The dude we got?
Roddy,
yeah. Not David Roddy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
like
He was
him.
with somebody else, and they traded, and they got him.
Those are real good pickups. And we got the hometown boy, Kenley Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
We got him drafted in the second round. So I think,
Yeah, he'd be a good backup guard.
yeah. Plus, we got Tyus back, too. We re-signed him. So, to
They
me,
still got Kyle Anderson, or did they let him go?
no, he gone. He's with Minnesota, actually.
Oh, wow.
They picked him up. And so, yeah, the Grizzlies
Shout
had a
out to
great
my guy
draft.
Scottie Pippen Jr. Y'all know who my guy is.
I believe the Grizzlies had a real good draft, man. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing our rookies play in Summer League this week, actually. I think they play in Summer League this week. So I'm looking forward to watching those guys. And like I said, this is the last rundown of this season, man. I'm looking forward to season 3.
Yeah, what you think about your boy Kels getting 100 years?
Yeah, man. Par for the course.
Well, I mean, you know, we know who winning the prison talent show contest. For the next
every night.
20 years.
Every night. You know what I'm saying? Every night. But yeah, man. We're gonna get with season 3. Already kind of been talking with Vic, trying to get bigger and better with different, shots and you know what I'm saying, angles and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
Hopefully, going into this next season. And probably be around September-ish time frame.
And you know what? The person who I was trying to get, she said to me, she was like, I remember when y'all first started. And she said, like, it just made me feel good to see that y'all are still going with it. She said, and she does a lot of stuff with helping people build brands and, stuff like that, branding and marketing. She was like, the mistakes a lot of people make is they want to see an immediate, okay, I've been doing it 6 months, I ain't seen no result. I've been doing it a year. She was like, people who have made it, you got to work the process. You got to keep working. And she was like, I've been looking, and like every time I look on Facebook, she's like, she subscribed. Every time my YouTube, like, I see y'all got another video out. I see y'all got another thing go out. I noticed that the videos look different. I noticed that the thumbnails look different. Like, y'all are doing it the right way. Yeah. And so for those of y'all watching, y'all need to get on board before we take off. We driving slow enough right now for you to hop on, and that's why I said, y'all people, y'all need these ads. I ain't gonna lie, I'm doing Manscaped. I'm doing Dr. Squatch. I'm doing, what's the people with the Harry's and whatever. Harry's. We would do it. No, you know they got the razors.
Okay.
Dollar Shave Club, hair, like.
Oh yeah, we can do that. You know what I mean?
Look, hey.
I can definitely get that.
Hey, we doing. Y'all need to hop on while it's driving slow because we are, I believe, by the end of this season we will be at 30K.
Speak it, bro.
Total views because we're extremely close. And so we're gonna keep doing what we doing, and man, we appreciate all that support y'all giving us, all the love y'all giving us, not just on this joint, but also hopefully JB don't edit it out, but even on the Preacher Man podcast, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to check that out. Cause I listen to it, you know, and sometimes like that's a check for me. You know, that's vital, that's necessary. I suggest anybody listen to that. You know what I'm saying?
And I do want to say this, like, I ain't gonna lie, like some of this stuff sometimes it can become a chore, given, you know, both of our lives and, you know what I'm saying, me with the kids and you with the demanding job that you have and stuff like that. Like, you know, when you look at certain things, or even when I, you know, do the Preacher Man stuff, it's just more so about sowing a seed, like, you know what I'm saying, or saying stuff. Like, it may not be, one person may hit me up, be like, oh, well, you and Rag said on this episode, you know what I'm saying, made me think, you know what I'm saying, kind of a little different, you know what I'm saying, and it could be just for that one person particularly, you know what I'm saying, like, clearly we want to expand and go, you know, on a larger scale, but, you know what I'm saying, if anybody can get triggered or by, you know, anything that we say or how we say it, you know what I'm saying, to me, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like any little thing, even when my homies hit me up, Josh, Brian, McDade, they be like, oh, man, you're doing your thing, bro. I'm checking y'all out. You know what I'm saying? That encourages me, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, continue to do it. And I want to shout out to Crown Vic over here.
Man, got to shout out Crown. Man, look, shout out, man. I want to give some shout outs, man, at the end of this season, man. My guy, my kinfolk, Darren, my guy, Stefan, who you know is a Cowboys fan. Because every time we post something, they hit me up and they will discuss. They gonna be on my ass about what we talked about, like, cause they watch it or listen to it faithfully. Dope. You know, man, all my folks I work with at the post office, they listen to us while they're delivering the mail, and they'll come back and talk to me. Man, y'all be talking about some stuff, bro. Yeah. You know, like, man, my guy, Sniper Guy, Randy, Tyrone, Glenn, all my military guys, my guy Kevin McKelly, who you know the first season, who was always commenting because he watches when he's working. Right. Your boy, our boy Pat, you know what I'm saying, who's always commenting. B. Howard, you know what I'm saying, because I know them more so through you. Right. But I see that they comment on y'all. Right. And it's a family affair, man.
And they hit me up privately and, you know, kind of let me know what it is, and, you know, appreciate that. Any comments or encouragement is needed. And it does not, I do not take it for granted. We do not take it
at
for
all.
Granted. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, our guest this season, man, shout out to Cornelius Bryant. You know, y'all know him from Ready to Love. Check that video out. Young Velly, Young Titan. Yeah. Who else we have on here? Todd King, Darrell Holloway. Make sure y'all get y'all insurance needs done from Sam Holloway. You know what I'm saying? From Liberty Mutual Insurance. Yeah. Roberta. You know. Mo Kingston, Bruce Lee. Make sure y'all like that page. Man, all y'all guests who made season 2 Titan. More epic. Yeah, I said Titan already. But man, make sure y'all like their pages, follow them, give them some support, because they help raise our views up and support what we're doing. And man, we look better, do bigger and better in season 3.
Yep. So y'all, until next time, continue with that executive mindset.
Most definitely keep it presidential. Arrivederci.
Out.